Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Ultimate Rare Coins USA, where we dig deep into the history of American currency to help you find the hidden fortunes in your pocket. Change and inheritance. Today, we have a truly special episode lined up for you, as we are going to explore every single detail regarding the 1951 Franklin half dollar produced at the Philadelphia Mint, specifically focusing on examples in very fine condition. This is a coin that many of you might have sitting in an old jar or a cigar box passed down from a relative. And while it might look like just a worn piece of silver, there is a complex market dynamic happening right now in late 2025 that you need to understand before you make any moves to sell or trade this piece of history. Let us begin by setting the stage with the history of this iconic series, because the Franklin half dollar is a coin that represents a major shift in American coinage design, as it replaced the beloved Walking Liberty half dollar in 1948, making Benjamin Franklin the first real person other than a president to appear on a circulating United States coin designed by the chief engraver John R. Sinek. The 1951 issue is particularly interesting because it sits right in the early era of the series when the Mint was ramping up production to meet the economic booming needs of the post-war United States, and the Philadelphia Mint struck over 16 million of these coins, which makes them accessible. But finding one with the right eye appeal is where the challenge lies for collectors today. When we talk about the 1951 Franklin half dollar with no mint mark, we are referring to the coins struck at the main mint in Philadelphia. And you can verify this easily by flipping your coin over to the reverse side and looking directly above the Liberty Bell beam just below the letter E in the word states. If you see absolutely nothing in that small field, just smooth empty metal, then you have a Philadelphia minted coin, which is exactly what we are discussing today. And while San Francisco and Denver also minted coins, that year the Philadelphia issue is the standard bearer for the 1951 date. Now we need to discuss the metal composition, because this is the foundation of the value for this coin, as the 1951 Franklin half dollar is struck from a planchet made of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it a total weight of 12.5 grams when it was brand new. Over the decades of circulation, the weight might have dropped slightly due to metal wearing away, but the silver content remains the primary driver of its base price. And in the current economic climate of late 2025, silver has been performing very well, which provides a rock-solid price floor for your coin. Let us dive into the specific condition we are analyzing today, which is very fine condition, often abbreviated by grading services as VF20 or VF30. And this is a critical grade to understand because it represents a coin that was used in commerce for a significant amount of time, but was not abused. In very fine condition, your 1951 Franklin half dollar will show moderate to considerable wear on the high points of the design, specifically on Benjamin Franklin's cheek and the hair just above his ear, which will likely be worn smooth with the fine details of the strands merging together. On the reverse side, the Liberty Bell will show wear on the lettering of the motto Pass and Stow, and the horizontal lines at the bottom of the bell, which collectors call the bell lines, will be incomplete or almost entirely worn away. But the rim of the coin should still be full and distinct, separating the field from the edge. It is important to distinguish very fine condition from lower grades like good or very good, because in very fine condition the coin still retains a decent amount of detail and eye appeal, which makes it desirable for album collectors who want a representative example without paying the high premiums for uncirculated coins. Now let us get to the numbers that everyone wants to know, which is the value in dollars for the US market as of today. And we have to look at this in two layers, with the first layer being the intrinsic silver melt value. With silver prices holding strong, a standard 1951 Franklin half dollar contains approximately $18 to $19 worth of pure silver if you were to melt it down, which you should never do because these are pieces of history. But that number serves as your absolute minimum safety net. The second layer of value is the numismatic or collector premium. And for 1951 Philadelphia coin in very fine condition, the market value currently sits between $22 and $28 for problem-free example, meaning a coin with no holes or deep scratches or harsh cleaning marks. This price range of $22 to $28 makes it an affordable entry point for new collectors. But there is a very important exception that could double the value of your coin, and this is the secret that savvy dealers look for when they buy collections. There is a famous error variety known as the Bugs Bunny Franklin, and this specific error is most commonly associated with the 1951 Philadelphia issue, making it a prime candidate for you to hunt for in your own collection. The Bugs Bunny error was caused by a die clash event at the Mint, where the obverse and reverse dies slam together without a coin planchet in between them, causing the design of the eagle wings from the reverse to be impressed into the die for Franklin's face. When subsequent coins were struck, this clash mark appeared as a sharp spike or tooth protruding from Benjamin Franklin's upper lip, giving him the appearance of the famous cartoon rabbit. And this is a recognized variety that is highly sought after by specialists. If your 1951 Franklin half-dollar in very fine condition has this distinct Bugs Bunny die clash, the value of the coin jumps significantly from the standard $25 range up to $35, or even $55 depending on the strength of the clash and the overall look of the coin. To find this, you will need a magnifying glass or a loupe, and you need to examine Franklin's mouth area very closely, looking for a small vertical die gouge that looks like a buck tooth. And if you find it, you have struck gold within the silver market. When selling a coin like this in very fine condition, it is best to avoid pawn shops or generic gold buying kiosks, as they will likely only offer you the melt value of the silver, which means you would be losing out on the collector premium we just discussed. Instead, you should look to sell to local coin shops that appreciate vintage numismatics, or list the coin on collector marketplaces, where the specific 1951 date and the condition can be properly appreciated by someone looking to fill a hole in their Dansko or Whitman album. If you do have the Bugs Bunny variety, it is absolutely crucial that you mention it in your listing or point it out to the dealer, because that small detail is the difference between a $20 bill and a $50 bill. Also be aware that cleaning your coin will destroy this numismatic value, so if your 1951 Franklin looks dark or toned, please do not rub it with baking soda or dip it in silver cleaner, because collectors prefer the original gray dirt or patina that proves the coin is original. The market for Franklin half-dollars has been heating up lately, as many collectors are being priced out of the Morgan and piece dollar markets and are turning to the Franklin series as a more affordable alternative, which bodes well for the future value of your 1951 coin. So to summarize everything we have covered today, the 1951 Franklin half-dollar with no mint mark is a 90% silver coin struck in Philadelphia with a base silver value of around $18 and a collector market value in very fine condition of roughly $25. However, if you are diligent and check for the Bugs Bunny die clash error, you could potentially be holding a coin worth upwards of $50 in the right market, which is a fantastic return on investment for a coin found in circulation. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive on the channel Ultimate Rare Coins USA, and we hope this information helps you maximize the value of your collection and avoid getting ripped off when it comes time to sell. If you enjoyed this long-form video and want to see more detailed breakdowns of your favorite vintage coins, please hit that subscribe button and destroy the like button to help the algorithm show this video to more coin enthusiasts just like you. Keep checking your change and looking through those old estate sale boxes, because you never know when a rare variety might be hiding in plain sight waiting for you to discover it. Until next time, happy hunting and keep stacking that silver, because we will see you in the next video with more ultimate rare coins from the USA.